Hello and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to do interview question number 164 for DevOps and SRE. I've been doing these interview questions and answer sessions for you folks so that when you get to an interview, you're already ready to face any sort of question that interviewer might pose for you. Let me do a slideshow so you can do better. So yeah, and I'm covering the top 15 topics that I've discovered through research on LinkedIn job descriptions as to what topics are most important. And here, as you can see, cloud, CI/CD, performance monitoring, development, scripting. They're at the top, and towards the bottom, not really the bottom because these are the top 15, but relative to the top ones, you have Git or containers or system design. That those topics are not as important as the top ones. So when you're focusing on your studies, you really should be focusing on the top 5. Okay, so today we're at number 11, Kubernetes. Now, based on my experience and my intuition, Kubernetes really should not be number 11. It really should be top 5. But data is one thing, and my intuition and my experience is another. So either way, it is an important topic to cover because you're more likely to get a question about Kubernetes than not, to be honest with you. Okay, the question today is, why do we even need Kubernetes? What problems does Kubernetes solve for us? Like, what could we not do if we didn't have Kubernetes to begin with? Here, the what the interview is looking for is your thinking, right? Because a lot of times, people in tech, we tend to fall in love with tools that just came out, or we fall in love because everybody else is using it, but we don't necessarily know because we may not have the history of it. So in this case, the interviewer is looking for your thought process. He or she is looking to figure out, are you one of those people who uses technologies just because it came out and is hot, or do you actually think about things in terms of why we choose a tool, and what problems that is solved that we could not do without it. So it really is a more of a perspective kind of question. It's as to what kind of an engineer you really are. Before I get to the answer, just a quick reminder that floyspencer.com, he is my career advisor. He's very passionate about helping people who are in the job market. I have no financial affiliation with him, so feel free to take his 1 hour session free, uh, with no strings attached. It's going to be helpful if you're in the job market. So back to the question and the answer. So see, before to get to the answer, we have to understand that before containers, we would have virtual machines and we would install a whole bunch of things on those machines, and that's how we would have our products go live, right? And that created a lot of problems between development and operations folks, because sometimes things would break in operations that would not break in development environments. Came along that the containers that solve that problem, because you can package only what you need for your applications to run in a container, and then you can run that container in any machine that has the container engine running, right? So it'll be the exact same thing, so it will not break, it will behave exactly the same way. That's when the containers came about. Now, as soon as we started using containers, we ran into these new problems, right? I know, how many containers am I going to run? How are we going to coordinate between different types of containers, like web servers and databases and whatnot? Um, how are we going to scale the containers as more traffic is hitting our applications? How are we going to have observability into our containers? Like, how will we know if it's performing well or not? How are we going to secure them? How are we going to deal with persistent data that is shared between different containers? And a few more. But these are the top main problems that came just because we started using containers. Kubernetes solves all these problems. That's why Kubernetes clusters and all the things that came with Kubernetes is so popular, because then it really enables the use of containers in production, right? That's why Kubernetes is so useful. So I hope you found this useful. If you have particular questions, you're welcome to find me on LinkedIn, or you can leave a comment below. I will try my best to answer your questions. All right, that was it for today, and I will see you in the next one.